In this tutorial, we will use Google Maps to create a location page for our website. As you can see, I have my template page available here, Mr. Morton's Premium Pet Shop, and in the sidebar I have a location button that is ready to be attached up to a location page. So first of all, I need to make a page that will hold the location information. I'll do this by saving my template with a new name. So I'm going to go to File, Save As, and I'm saving the same template as Location. One of the first things you should probably do is make sure that the information is changed on the location page. So I'm going to go up into my code section, all the way to the top of the code. I'm going to change the title from Mr. Morton's Marvelous Mammals to Mr. Morton's Marvelous Mammals Location. So the title is the thing that appears above your web page in the browser bar. It's the tab title. The next thing I'm going to do is come down into the main body and make sure that I've got a heading. So I'm going to press Enter, move back up and put location of our shop. I'm going to change that to a heading 1. So from paragraph to heading 1 so that it stands out. We still have our lorem ipsum text there, which we will replace in just a few moments. Okay, so to show our location, we need to have a map and we need to have some information about the shop. So I'm going to get this from Google Maps. So I'm going to switch over to a Google tab here, and I'm going to use the options here to go and look at maps. So I'm going to stick in a postcode, and this doesn't have to be your actual postcode. In fact, I'd advise you not to put your actual postcode in here so that you are being kept safe on the internet. So I'm going to just make it S10, and then I'm going to put 1PH since we have an S1PH this year. And that will then take me to a part of Sheffield, and it drops a pin at the location that I have suggested there. And that's possibly enough for us to be getting on with. We could just use this part of the map. You might want to investigate some other points. You might want to say, well, maybe my shop's this bit here, in which case you could right click on that and then say what's here, and it will drop a separate pin and give the actual address of that. So you might want to take that approach. I've actually chosen the old Heavygate Inn here, which is probably not going to do as a shop, but let's say I want to continue with that. Now, if I take this entire screen, it would be bigger than my web page. Obviously, my web page has a sidebar and a navigation bar, and it still needs space for my map. So I don't want to show this entire Google Maps page. For that reason, I might want to zoom out a little bit, and then it loses some of the detail of the shops but keeps all the streets round about. Or I might even want to zoom in to focus on a particular area. It would be very helpful if you can move your map around until there are useful sites or landmarks that people could use to find their way to you. So if I drag my map across a little bit, maybe I want to centre around the shops on Howard Road here, and then people can find me from that. So arrange to see your premises with landmarks round about that people can use, and then you can use a screen clipping tool. So I'm going to hold down the Windows key, the Shift key, and the S key all at the same time. And that brings up the clipping tool. And I'm going to try and take a chunk of this map here that includes my premises, plus some other bits, but doesn't chop through any other features. So I want to be careful not to chop halfway through this Walk the Community Centre and Snooker Hall. So I'm going to go below that to start my drag. And I make sure that I get bits of Howard Road in here. And I'll maybe take it to there and include the Sheffield Buddhist Centre. So that is my clip, which has been saved to the clipboard. I'm then going to load up Microsoft Paint. So if I just type Paint here, I can get the Microsoft Paint app. And then I'm going to paste that in there. And as it stands, that might be exactly what I need for my location. But I might also want to make some adjustments. So for example, I might want to, although I've got a pin dropped here, I might want to make an arrow. And I'm going to put that arrow on there. And then I'm going to leave a little bit of a space below that to write in. So I'm going to use the select tool. I'm going to delete maybe this section here to leave me a box to write in. And then I'm going to switch to the text tool and I'm going to say here something like find us behind the Heavygate Inn. So I could have made a bigger box there, but that certainly allows us to give the directions to our shop. So now I'm going to save this file so that I can use it on my website. You need to save it into the same folder as all your other web files. So I'm going to go to File and Save As. Now I would strongly recommend that you are saving PNG pictures. You should really only use PNG, JPEG and GIF pictures on a website. Don't use BMPs because they're not always supported by browsers. So I'm going to use a PNG picture because it's a small file but keeps good quality images. And when I save that, I need to save it into the same folder as all my other things. So you will save it into your N drive and into the appropriate folder for what you've been working on. I am going to save this into the same folder as my slideshow that I made. Now, what I did there was I saved it as untitled, which is a mistake to have made. Really, I should be saving it as PNG picture and calling it location or location map. I'm going to put location map. Notice I'm not using any spaces in the names of things that I save because spaces cause problems when you try to make links to things. So camel case, all one word with capital letters on each new word is the way to save. So that is saved now into there. And I can now go back to expressions and I can create the location of our shop. So I'm going to change this lorem ipsum text now. I'm just going to go into design view so I'll get a bit more space to work with here. I'm going to delete that paragraph. I'm going to delete that paragraph. I'm going to change this one to say we are located behind the old Heavygate Inn in Sheffield. And then I'm going to go to Insert, Picture from File. And I'm not in the correct folder here, so I'm just going to have to go and find that. So documents, obviously this will be your N drive for you where you've just saved your map to. And I'm going to choose this location map now and insert that. When you insert a picture, you should provide some alternate text for people who have screen readers or who are poor sighted and won't be able to read the text very easily. So this could be read out, for example, by their screen reading software. So I'm going to put just our location on a map. And there we have it. We've got a location page. It has some information. You could maybe put in some opening times or something like that here as well. So I'm just going to come below this map here and say we are open. And then I'm going to put a bullet list. So up here onto the toolbar, bullets, and then Monday to Friday, 9 AM to 5 PM. Suppose I should be consistent there. Saturday, 10 AM to 1 PM. Sunday closed. So I've got my location, I've got some information about when we're open. I'm going to save that, so click on the save button, and we're ready now to include that page as part of the links from this bar. Whenever anyone clicks this, it should then take us to this page. And we'll show you how to set up the links in a separate video.